Hey everybody, my name is AmpereBEEP, also known as Amp, and you might have seen me around in the comment sections of California high-speed rail related YouTube videos or Twitter posts. Now, ever since Drone Zone Flyovers' YouTube channel got hacked, there has been a critical lack of construction related information on the project, and it has come to my attention that a lot of people want to know more about this project. But there aren't many easy ways for people to collect information on it that would help them learn more about it. Information from the High-Speed Rail Authority is sparse, but very useful once you know enough about the project. Their board meetings are great ways to learn more about the project, especially the CEO reports that are delivered during each meeting. And maybe it might be possible to foster a community where everybody can help contribute new information that they learn about the project, so that we can provide the public with a very, very high quality source of information on it and where it stands as we speak. So enough with the introductions. Now I'd like to hear from everybody who ends up watching this video. Put down in the comment section what you'd like to know more about, because this channel is basically for everybody to help contribute to. A lot of the information that I gain is not just for me. I have friends that help me go through these documents, people that show news reports online that they find to me, interviews with different authority members, and people that notice things that I don't. So I have decided to set up a community Discord server for everyone to help provide information for, and so that I can communicate with everyone. Anyway, thanks for dropping by. Let's get right into it. There are several websites that are very important to be looking at when trying to learn more about what's going on with the construction. One of the most important ones is the buildhsr.com closures and detours page. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to see exactly what's going on at any given time that affect a road. And anytime the high-speed rail construction crosses a road, or a road needs to be closed or a lane closed for any amount of time, they need to post it. And what that allows us to see is what are they doing and when. Now you can see here, Laurel Avenue, June 20th through February 28th, 2025. Now if we click on it, it gives you a start date, the end date, and when it was issued, the city or county it's within, and then usually it will show you what portion of the road is closed. It might not be 100% accurate. The map tends to not be very accurate, but this image here does tend to be very accurate. So if I open this, you can see here's the BNSF and high-speed rail alignment in CP23, and you can see the road closure extends from here to here, and you can see the land that's been cleared, and it's being done for high-speed rail overcrossing at Floral Avenue. Now we can go to Sentinel Hub Playground. I have posted about this in the comment sections of videos before, and I feel like this is a really important website because every 5 days you get to see new imagery of an area. It's not very high resolution, like this is the closest you can zoom in, but it allows you to see stuff much more frequently. And I was actually helping Drone Zone Flyovers choose sites for construction based on what I saw was going on back when his channel was still up. Now, we can go back to the 19th. There we go, not as many clouds. So here's the southernmost section of CP4, southernmost under construction portion of California high-speed rail at the moment, which is Poplar Avenue. Town of Shafter is right here. Bakersfield is down here on the right, which is covered up by cloud cover from the hurricane. Now, you can see Merced Avenue here. This opened a couple weeks ago. And as you move up, you can see all the projects here. CP4 is going to be pretty mundane because every structure in this construction package is now complete. The only things that remain are utility relocations. So McCombs, this canal is still being relocated. They expect all relocations to be done by the end of September, according to the latest California High-Speed Rail board meeting. In some locations in CP4, construction is taking place 24 hours a day. And in some of those locations, construction is taking place 7 days a week to get this done. So as we move north, you can see this is Peterson Road. Kind of have to zoom out and zoom in sometimes because it doesn't load. You can see that there was a utility here. You can see where the embankment is not filled in. And if we move forward in time, you can see that they've done some work. It's kind of hard to tell though. Oh, and it looks like we have had the north end of Magnolia Avenue paved. So if you look very carefully, you might be able to see the dark coloring here following the road line. And that shows that potentially Magnolia Avenue has been paved. Now as we move forward, some areas are going to be covered by cloud cover. There's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes I go 2 or 3 Sentinel-2 imageries dates without seeing anything because of cloud cover. And it is what it is. You just have to work with it. So another thing we see is this canal relocation. This is another canal relocation, and from what I understand, they found cracking in the canal and they're going to have to drain the entire thing. And so this will happen starting midweek September, according to their most recent board meeting. Now, as we see right here, but we can continue moving forward. Here is Garces Highway with Schofield Avenue is relocated around the right side of the high-speed rail alignment. Looks like this one hasn't been paved yet, and it's still paved through the alignment. But that's a very easy project to finish because they just need to fill in an embankment. We move further north. We reach Avenue 56. Now, Avenue 56, the last time I drove through here was, I believe, September 2022. And the road was realigned here on the south, but the embankment was not being built up yet. I think it started being built up maybe a couple weeks after I drove by. And the alignment continues through. Let me go back a date. Yeah, you can see just the slight outlines from before when this retention pond was full of water and all the silt got relocated. That you could see where the boundaries of the alignment are from when they were cleared. Now, they are going to build a small embankment across this, and we continue forward. Deer Creek Viaduct. Deer Creek is technically here, but because this is low-lying and is considered floodplain, they are building a viaduct over it. And anytime the High-Speed Rail Authority builds a viaduct over floodwater or land that is typically used to help dissipate floodwaters, I call that a win. Because it might look useless 80% of the time, but the 20% of the time that it completely saves the project makes it immediately more worth it. Here's Avenue 88. This project has not changed in over a year and a half. All they need to do is just pave it, as far as I understand. It is completely done, even like from Street View. You could see that all they need to do is just pave it. But they haven't yet, so we have yet to see what's going on there. Now, as we move forward, we reach Angiola, which has a small bypass around it. See where the alignment is on the outside. And this, which is Avenue 112. I believe that this was going to be a grade separation. You can see what they were going to do here. They were going to have the road go up this way, curve around down diagonally to the left, and it would cross on a bridge here to be at a more optimal angle. This, however, didn't happen, and you can see that plants have grown on top of it. And from Street View, you can't even tell that this dirt coloration is like that. I'm not sure if they're actually going to do anything with this, and I'm more inclined to say that they're not going to, because further north here, they just started on the Avenue 120 grade separation. Now, we go back to road closures. You can see road closure along Avenue 120 in Tulare County, July 17th, 2023 to December 20th, 2025. Let's see if this map updates. Nope. So the default position on this map is the Church Avenue grade separation in Fresno. You can see Church Avenue is basically right there. So if these road closure maps are not set up correctly, they just won't show anything. But you still have, usually, the construction alert map. And you can see down here, they have closed it between SR 43 and Road 24. And what you can also see is the access road that allows you to get to the other side of the embankment. So this structure is being done differently, and I think they've done it in a different... I think they've started doing it now because this side of the road is inaccessible anyway. And I believe what they're probably going to do is they're going to pave this almost immediately and allow vehicles to travel here, or they're going to just start building up that embankment on this side. I'm not sure what they're going to do, though, because they have a canal that they need to relocate. They have this section of alignment that I don't think is owned by the authority yet. A large portion of the missing parcels of land are in CP23 along this section. So you can see, this looks like they might have just recently purchased it because you can see the coloration change. This probably has not been purchased yet, and they need all of this land so that they can build the alignment. You can see they've started clearing land for the embankment, but they're not quite done yet. And it's really weird because the valley is so flat, it's ridiculously flat. Because I've driven down this road here, and when you are as far north as maybe here, you can see the Avenue 88 grade separation down in the distance. Even though it's only 30 feet tall, it looks much taller and larger. It's deceptively flat. And we move forward, and now we're at the Tule River Viaduct in Pergola. There's a change order dispute underway, and I think they've just resolved that. Theoretically, we should be able to see hsr.ca.gov website. You click on transparency and accountability, and you can go down to the change order file. And this is another excellent way to see what's happening. Now, it gives you the date of approval, the contractor, the category it's in, and the title of it. The title usually gives you the most information. Say right here, deal 0163, ignore that. Avenue 9 retaining wall design options for PG&E relocation. And over here, it tells you compensate the contractor for construction costs incurred to construct retaining walls in lieu of the existing fill slopes at the Avenue 9 southern embankments. The retaining wall is required to avoid the need to acquire additional right-of-way and to allow PG&E conflict GT1-005 to be relocated outside of the southern embankment fill slopes. Ironically, Dragado's Flatiron is not showing up here where they should because they have quite a few change orders themselves, but I believe that this is not updated yet. And we go up to Tule River Viaduct in Pergola. You can see that, well, it's hard to see in this, but the edge walls for the top of the pergola are probably 3/4 or mostly done on both sides. And once they are complete, they can start putting the precast concrete beams on it. Now, when I was estimating when construction would take place on these things, that's assuming everything is fine. There's no like weather delays, and I was expecting it might be 6 months behind the Conejo Viaduct. So let's move on now because not much has changed here. I don't think there's going to be much changing other than when the beams start getting put in. That's when it starts getting exciting. So we can continue moving forward. This is a drainage culvert, which is at the same level as the road. If I open up map, the Tule River Viaduct, which is right about here. So you can see right here. This is SR43 we're looking at, June 2023, so this is fairly recent. You can see a lot of these support columns are erected already. They're still missing a few though, which I believe have already been constructed. But there will be a few more because SR43 is being planned. They're leaving enough room to make it a 4-lane highway, whereas right now it's 2 lanes. Moving back, because I get distracted very easily, the alignment here, you can see it's pretty much done. There's some, construction space right there for utility vehicles. And you can see Whitley Avenue right here. Now, Whitley Avenue was closed earlier this spring because of the flooding risk. And Corcoran is, where the greatest amount of land subsidence has occurred in the Central Valley as a result of groundwater pumping. I believe Corcoran has subsided about 15 or 16 feet, but where Corcoran is, it was fairly shallow. And where it sits now, land level wise, is probably about 15 feet underwater. So that's not great, but they do have levees here, which unfortunately some of them broke last winter down by Avenue 56, and that's why everything flooded here. Actually, let's go back to the latest satellite imagery. Maybe we can see something. Looks like they have done something. Actually, this is the perfect time for me to explain A/B testing. So A/B testing is the process of comparing 2 different side-by-side images to see the differences. My original source of the satellite imagery was EOS Land Viewer, which allows you to see 2 imagery sets side by side. And what this is great for is I can go select Mosaic, August 19th, select the right side, August 24th, and now you can see 2 side-by-side imageries, and you can compare and contrast them by moving the slider. So now let's go down to, give it a bit. Okay, right here. You can see Whitley Avenue right here. And with this, you can probably tell what I can do here. So you can see small scale changes. So if we go down to Tule River Viaduct, you can see that they've done some movement here. It's harder to tell in places where not a lot of earth movement is happening because of the low resolution. But what it does allow you to do is see, where new construction is taking place, what is happening. So let's see. Right here, this is the 19th on the left. We compare it to here. It looks like they filled in the dirt here. Now, this is not a great comparison because there's 2 brightnesses. But, you have to deal with what you got. Anyway, let's go back up here. Whitley and Orange Avenues. You can see Orange Avenue is the one that goes straight through here. Wakena Avenue is this diagonal one. And if we compare them, what they're going to do here is they're going to build, if you see this slow, smooth curve here, they are going to build a bridge over the high-speed rail and this canal here and link up back here right next to this the Corcoran substation. This is the Orange Avenue connector, not on Street View. Let's keep going. Some dirt's actually being moved here on the east side of Wakena Avenue. They have been doing relocations for power lines. So if I go onto OpenStreetMap, you could see these dark gray lines with dots. Those are power lines. You can see all the utilities that need to be relocated. This one has been moved underground. This one has already been moved, and these are estimates. And you can see the Sweet Canal realignment, which is what this is called. So as we move further forward, and I don't get distracted again, you can see this is Nevada Avenue. This was closed, I think at the end of 2021, permanently, right at this bridge right here. And this canal got relocated technically. There's water in it, and I'm not sure why they haven't closed this part. Maybe because they haven't gotten to that part of phasing yet, or they have more important things to deal with. CP23 needs a lot of construction workers. I'll say it right now. They are most certainly understaffed. They also have a lot of utilities to relocate, and they cannot relocate you cannot relocate any wet utilities, which are stuff like canals, waterways, stuff like that, until after the harvesting season is over. Because according to the authorities' most recent board meeting, that is the most important time of year for farmers to have water. But after that, immediately following that, they can close these canals down. And once that happens, we will see a lot of movement on these water utilities. So as we move further north, we see SR43 again. And this is where SR43 will cross over the high-speed rail alignment on a bridge. I only found this out by looking at the CPUC documents page, docs.cpuc.ca.gov, search form. If I look up high-speed rail, there we go. You can see application filed. If I open up this application, construct a rail grade separation at milepost 223.56, crossing over Union Pacific Railroad and the San Joaquin Valley Railroad's existing mainline track at milepost 249.46, part of the proposed Hanford Viaduct structure. So this is the Hanford Viaduct application. We're actually about to get there, so I might come back to this. Cross Creek's actually up here, but according to the documents I've seen, the viaduct starts somewhere down here. Usually when you have curves in the land like this, the inside of a curve is where flooding occurs, and the outside of a curve is where it's fairly dry, so I expect the viaduct to start right at this end and continue down to about here, and then cross under the SR43 overpass. And okay, we continue moving north. Yes, okay, so this is Lansing Avenue. Theoretically, there might be an agricultural undercrossing, like the one north of Avenue 8 in Madera County, but we don't know anything about that yet. We move further north. Here is Kansas Avenue. This structure is nearly open, actually. This is just south of Kent Avenue, which is the one where they relocated south on a curved embankment. That opened last summer, I think a year ago, and they looked very similar. These have been in construction since 2018. This embankment was put up a long time ago, but I guess they ran into some critical issues, as did most of this project, with utility relocations, and that took a while. But now you've got this. It's just gotten paved a couple weeks ago. So if I go back to August 14th, maybe August 9th, August 4th. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the left embankment was paved, but the right embankment was they only had subgrading on it. And we go back to August, it's unpaved. So move to today, we should be getting pretty close. They've already put the cul-de-sacs in on the roadway here, and we should see this open in a couple of, like, maybe a week or two, I'd expect. But, you know, we don't have drone zone flyovers anymore, so I can't tell how far this is into construction. But I have updated that on OpenStreetMap based on Sentinel-2 imagery, and you can see where it splits off here for the old alignment, and then it reaches a cul-de-sac here, and then it curves around that way too. This is a weird shape. I expected it to be built similar to the Kent Avenue grade separation, but maybe... Oh, never mind. Kent Avenue had to go around the cemetery. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this one had an easier alignment to follow. This only had to go around believe a radio tower, so that wasn't too big of a deal. And as we move north again, you can see Kent Avenue. This opened about a year ago now. Not much to say there. You've seen it on drone zone flyovers. Here is the SR43 overcrossing north. So the same exact kind of bridge over the high-speed rail alignment is going to be built here. And because Kent Avenue and Jackson Avenue are both finished and open to traffic, what they can do now is they can actually start working on this and reroute vehicles off of SR43 temporarily. Either that or they're going to realign SR43 around it. And I'm not sure what exactly they're going to do. Now we keep moving north. As I said, Jackson Avenue was complete. This finished. This might have been one of the structures that was completed this year. Same thing with Kent. Idaho was also completed recently, within the last year. And as we move north, we have Iona Avenue, which I think they're just going to close it on either side of the alignment. Now, very recently, it seems like they acquired this land here and have started doing grading on it, which is good news because there was this 2 mile long gap in the alignment where it was very clear that they hadn't done anything and the farmland was still there. So let's say we go back maybe 2 months ago, April. There we go. Okay, so you can see the alignment's done here, stops here. There's just grass here, and it continues. So let's go back to the 24th. You see that the land has been cleared. You can see the outline of the land clearing. We move north. Houston Avenue is right here. If I go back to the 19th, you can see that, let me go back even further actually. You can see that the land is cleared mostly on the sides here, but this side is still missing the land clearing for the embankment. So we have yet to see this one. I believe it's still going to be built though. So Houston, is this Houston Avenue? Yeah. We move north. Here's Hanford Armona Road. This one very clearly is going to be a grade separation as well. You can see exactly what they're doing. It's going to be the same as Jackson and Idaho Avenues. Not much to say there. Move further north. We're at the Hanford Viaduct finally. Now, we move forward a bit to yesterday, and you can see, maybe I go back to the 14th. Yeah, you can see everything up to here. The viaduct is basically, the deck is finished. They've already poured the concrete paneling and everything. You don't see any rebar left, which is very good news. So they are about, so this is the Hanford Viaduct from right there to the top of the screen there. That's the entire viaduct. They've gotten the bridge sections. The formwork is as far south as here. If I move further south here, it seems like they might have filled that in. Yes, they did fill that in. So now that as they build formwork up, they are able to put down the precast girders and then move further south. And with the new permit to cross the San Joaquin Valley Railroad, we actually can see exactly what they're going to build here. If I scroll down enough. Here we go. So we can see these documents are sideways, actually. I don't think I can do much about that on Firefox, but temporary easement, 200 feet wide. Oh, here we go. I cannot actually look at this, but you can see right here. What does green mean? Easement, light green means temporary construction easement. You can see right there. Dark green is probably where the viaduct is going to be. Proposal street, this is going to be a street. Oh, wait, no, I can see what this is. So north is down on this image. This is where the houses exist currently, over here. This is where the station's going to be down here on the bottom. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to build here. Oh, structural drawings. Okay. There's going to be a brand new set of columns inside of the high-speed rail, or inside of the San Joaquin Valley Railroad alignment. And then there's going to be a set of longer girders crossing the tracks. Here we go. Okay, yeah. It's going to be the same alignment setup. You can see, so there's the girders here. You can see the earthquake slip pads on top of the columns, and obviously the columns there. Here are the supports, or here's the what are they called? I'm drawing a blank here, but these are the supports to help retain the soil underneath, because the soil in the Central Valley goes down about 4,000 feet. There is no bedrock, which is why they had to build a viaduct here. Here is the platform, I believe, on the outside. The inner two tracks are the high-speed through tracks. The outer tracks are the platform tracks in the Central Valley. These are the designs. We continue down. Yep, that's about all we need to see there. Yeah, so the most recent application that were approved were in 2021, up until May 15th for the San Joaquin Valley Railroad. So if we go back here, I can't tell anything about this because there are no publicly accessible streets anywhere near this. We do have the August drone video from here, but you can't see anything within the alignment. The other thing that I need to note is we don't know anything about SR 198 here. Previously, the designs were showing an embankment, but that's old, and we know it's old because it's on a bridge now. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to end up. I don't know if they're actually going to have to relocate the south or the eastbound lanes here to the south a bit to make room for a set of columns, but we might still see that. As we move north, we see Grangeville Boulevard, which I don't know what's happening there. I think they're still waiting on utility relocations. Keep going, keep going. Fargo Avenue. Now, 7th and Fargo Avenues. So for the longest time, this embankment on the left was just non-existent. I think if people remember Fargo Avenue, it was the right embankment was done. There were two sets of columns on either side of the high-speed rail alignment with the top I don't even know what they're called. The cross beams, I guess, were finished. But the left embankment was unfinished because there was still a power line that needed to be relocated. That seems to have been resolved finally, and with this closure detour notification, between August 23rd and September 27th, they're going to be moving dirt, and as you can see, this is clearly true. Transport embankment fill for high-speed rail construction, 5:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., so they're hauling it all day, every day. Well, not every day, but they're going to be filling that in. We'll finally be able to have this grade separation be like almost completely finished. This is Flint Avenue here. This one is much more close to being done. Like the bridge is actually there, but they're waiting for a water or a canal utility to be relocated. I think you can see the land. Yeah, the land has been acquired for this, so you can see where they're going to relocate it to the south side of Flint Avenue and to the east side of the high-speed rail embankment, or alignment, I mean. Move further north, Elder Avenue. There's probably not going to be a grade separation here. They're probably just going to close it to traffic, which is the cheapest way of grade separating. As we move north, we have Excelsior Avenue. Embankments are there, I guess. The bridge is there, but the embankments aren't finished. Not exactly sure what's going on there. We move north. This is Dover Avenue. This was completed last year in October. Drones on Flyovers has already filmed video footage of the completed structure, even though his channel's gone now, which is unfortunate. We move further north. Kings River Viaduct. Here we go, Kings River Viaduct. You can see it finally. That's the bridge structure right there. I don't know exactly what they're going to build here. Because CPUC doesn't have jurisdiction over it, I don't think. I think they only have jurisdiction over rail anything conflicts. Anyway, moving on. Cairo Avenue, right here. I think this is done now. Embankment's looking pretty good. 9th Avenue, this has gotten repaved. I think last time Sentinel imagery got updated, it was repaved. Yeah, you can see it paved right there. Yep. So we keep moving forward. This land has been cleared finally. You can see it got cleared there. This is the Dutch John Cut right here. Not much to say there. You can see the embankment for the south abutment is definitely there. Not so much for the north abutment. We move further north. We have the whole slough, not fully cleared yet, so nothing's going to be happening here. They are building, or they are using this space right here to cast bridge tubs for pergolas. So Drone Zone Flyovers showed that off. You know, those get moved around throughout construction package 2-3. That's where all the Conejo and Tule River Viaduct pergolas are getting theirs from. Potentially Deer Creek and Cross Creek, but I'm not sure yet. Here's the SR-43 Tight Arch Bridge. A change order dispute was resolved according to the most recent board meeting, and this should start construction on the superstructure soon. So it'll look similar to, so depending on how they do it, it might look different. Some shapes look cooler than others. I think that either the network arch or the Nielsen type look pretty cool, but, you know, it's really not up to me what gets built. But, you know, if the previous structures they've constructed have anything, or if there's anything to go off of, they're probably going to do vertical hangers, which is all right. Doesn't have to be as wide as the Cedar Viaduct is, so it's fine. So we move further north. We have Davis Avenue, which is underneath the cloud. That's fine. This is paved already. That's not paved, but I expect that to be done soon. Move further north, Fowler Avenue. This was complete, or this is complete. This was completed earlier this year. Same with Elkhorn. Or no, Fowler was completed last year. Elkhorn was completed this year. And move up, this is Clarkson Avenue. They're just going to close these two crossings and have this road turn right. Now we go over to Peach Avenue. This structure's been basically complete for a long time. And we're at the Conejo Viaduct. You can see that these girders have been put in place for a year now. They already finished. Now they're just getting the tub girders to finish this bridge section here to get to the embankment slope on either side. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but these embankments are going to go down to, I think, as far down to here. We move further north. We're at Mountain View and Chestnut Avenues. Now they're going to relocate the high-speed rail alignment to where the BNSF alignment is now, and the BNSF alignment is going to be moved to the east. You could see where that's going to be moved to. So this isn't fully representative of what it's going to look like at the end. But you can see these embankments are pretty much done. This started construction near the beginning of this year, and, you know, we're getting close. We should start seeing those bridge columns being put in place soon. Hopefully they can get this done before the holiday season later on this year, because that's when freight railroads usually have a moratorium on construction, and you can't have construction taking place over the alignment when that's taking place. We keep moving north. This is Nebraska Avenue. You can see where the alignment's going to go. It's going to be similar to Kansas and Kent Avenue, where it dips down below to keep the road open. That's not started yet. We have Floral Avenue here. I showed that off earlier. Floral Avenue is very recently under construction. It looks like they're getting really good progress on those embankments, though, which is great news. We keep moving north. We have Manning Avenue. This has been unchanged for the longest time, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm fairly certain they're going to build a grade separation because they have the land opened, but we'll have to see. Move further north. This is South Avenue. This opened early 2022, I believe, and not much to say there. We've gotten several Drone Zone flyovers or videos of this one. This opened in, I think, September 2022. We've also gotten some Drone Zone flyover footage of this one. It's identical in design to South Avenue. Moving further north, this was going to be a grade separation, but it is no longer going to be one. This is the future Fresno heavy maintenance facility alignment, or not alignment, area. So you can see the heavy maintenance facility is going to take place right here. The entrance tracks are going to be right here. You can see why this is extra wide. This side's also extra wide. Move further north. This is American Avenue. We are finally in CP1. Not much to say about this one. This one has been complete for like 2 or 3 years now. I think 2 years. The embankments are a lot wider than they needed to be. But once they figured that one out, CP1 has been much better about forming embankments up. We move further north. Here's Central Avenue in the most recent imagery covered by cloud. This grade separation was supposed to start at the beginning of this year, but something happened and it got delayed. Here's the Cedar Viaduct. It doesn't look like much from satellite view. Not much to say about that. You get, you know, High Speed Rail Authority puts out videos all the time about it, so you don't have much to see. Here's the South Golden State Boulevard Viaduct. This one is finished. and was shown off in one of their videos they posted recently. The embankment leading down to ground level is also done as far as I understand, which means that there's now an uninterrupted high-speed rail alignment from here to here over Highway 99 and Golden State Boulevard, which means all they need to do is just modify, I think this is Jensen Avenue Bridge, also put the high-speed rail alignment in a small trench to give them more space. Here's Church Avenue. This started a couple months ago, I think in June. This will go through 2025, as far as I'm aware. And it's going to cross both the high-speed rail alignments, both UP and BNSF, as well as high-speed rail alignments. So this is going to be a pretty substantial one. One of the roadways is going to be on embankment down to this road over here. So it's going to follow BNSF on the right. So it's pretty substantial. We move further north here, not much going on. And now we're at Ventura Avenue. You can see on the northeast side, they've been excavating dirt to prepare for bridge construction. Let's see if there's new imagery here. There is. Yay. Yeah, so not much to see there. Ventura Avenue, you can see, I mean, the southwest side, we already know that that's completed. The bridge there is opened already. The railroad bridge, we don't know about yet. It's probably not ready yet. We move further north, Blair Avenue. We know for a fact that the east side is excavated because someone I'm in contact with went on a tour with the High-Speed Rail Authority, and they took a picture of it, and it was excavated down quite a bit. All of the secant piling walls are in place, the metal ones, and we should be seeing a bridge structure being formed soon. If not, it's already in here with this brown coloring. As we move further north, not much to see. I guess they're just clearing a bit of land here within the high-speed rail right-of-way. Move further north. The SR 180 passageway is right here, and the Fresno Trench is right here. Fresno Trench will continue up to about, I think, here in the middle between, or no, it'll continue out to Olive Avenue. Now, this side right here is trenched fully up to about here. There's a small gap where the San Joaquin Valley Railroad crosses at the Fresno Y right here and the canal. I don't think they can do anything with the canal until after the harvesting season is over. I also don't know what they're going to do north of the Y because there's nowhere to realign the freight railroad when this construction is taking place. So they might have to close this leg of the Y. We'll see. Here's the Belmont Avenue grade separations location. The High-Speed Rail Authority recently uploaded a video from August of the construction progress here, and it's looking pretty good. I was last there looking at it in December of 2022. And the only thing that had been built so far was this embankment here, and some of the casings for the support columns were in place. Moving further north, here's Olive Avenue. Not sure what's going on here. I think they're going to wait a bit for this because they've got utilities to relocate still. McKinley Avenue, this is going to wait until they get, I believe they still need the easement for this drainage ditch that they have here, the retention pond, for the bridge embankment. Moving further north, here's the SR99 realignment. They're putting in intrusion protection barrier walls here, as required by the FRA, which is why this project has gone up so rapidly in cost recently. The FRA introduced a new restriction that high-speed or trains that are not FRA compliant must have a either an embankment of dirt or an intrusion protection barrier wall if they are close to a freight railroad alignment. I think it might just be high-speed trains though. So those are very expensive, very thick walls designed to like stop an entire freight train if it runs into it. They didn't build one in Wasco because they had enough room to put in a dirt embankment as it was cheaper. Moving further north, we have the Golden State Boulevard realignment. This section of Golden State Boulevard is closed, or parts of it are closed for utility relocation work. They are relocating every utility that is underneath this road over to the left a bit because that's where the road's going to be once the high-speed rail alignment is prepared. Here's Shaw Avenue. Not much is going to be happening here as they still need quite a few relocations to be completed though. And I also think they're going to wait for Veterans Boulevard to be finished. Now we move a bit further north. Here's the complete realignment of Golden State Boulevard off onto its own separate alignment. Barstow Avenue here. This is currently closed right now for utility relocation, so we should be seeing this more complete very soon. This alignment right here going up onto the bridge has been open for quite a while now. I'm not sure exactly when this will be finished, but I expect it to be done sometime in 2024 based on the speed of progress so far. But it might actually be open by the end of this year. Now, it seems like they're getting ready to remove Herndon Avenue here once they get Veterans Boulevard completed and the interchanges opened up. Anyway, you can see the interchange here. They've got the linkage to Golden State Boulevard. and linkage to SR99. Bridge over is complete. It's been open for a while, a year now, connected to Golden State Boulevard here. And they also closed this grade crossing here. It also looks like they removed this road entirely. Move further north, here's Herndon Avenue. I believe they're going to close this entirely during construction of the Herndon undercrossing underneath the UP Railroad tracks. We'll see. And we keep moving. Here's the San Joaquin River Viaduct in Pergola. This was completed like 2 years ago now. Keep moving north, Avenue 7, Avenue 8. The agricultural undercrossing that I mentioned a couple of times is right here. Keep moving further north. Here's Avenue 9. Easier to see here. They already put in all of the precast girders. So this is just, it's on its way already. They're probably 8 or 9 months out from it being open. I wish it was only 6 months out, but there's no way based on the timelines from every other bridge that they've built. Avenue 10, Avenue 11, we just go forward in time. Avenue 12, this is where the Madera station is going to be once they relocate it. Apparently they're going to build a brand new district here, which I'm interested to see what they do there, but I don't like the location considering it's pretty far from Madera. Avenue 15, Avenue 15 and a half, Fresno River, which ironically goes through Madera. Avenue 17, this is the brand new grade separation. It's underneath the clouds, so this doesn't help us at all. But you can see where they're going to build it. Just going to cross there. There's no road there right now, so they're just doing it to develop land east of the tracks. Wish they didn't, but, you know, it can't have everything. Road 27. And then finally, we have reached the northernmost point in the current construction packages, Road 26. Nothing's happening here. This is where the existing Madera station is. The alignment itself ends at this road right here, which is Avenue 19. And now that we've looked at the entire alignment, I can say thanks for watching. Hopefully this gets uploaded today, August 25th, 2023. I'll see you guys soon, and thanks for watching. Bye now.